everybody, and welcome back to Aurora Plays Pathfinder Kingmaker. I am your humble bard, Tim. In the previous session, we made our way to the Stag Lord's lair, and then after I defeated him, I forgot to save the game, and then I got killed, and so that was where we ended the session, where I had to go away and come back and do it while I wasn't recording. So now, I set up a small, I set up camp inside his house. But interestingly enough, because so we've defeated him and the minions on the way here. However, because we snuck in, there are actually enemies that we didn't defeat, and oddly enough, we can't actually get out the way we came in. So it means I'm actually having to fight my way out of this place to get to the next area. So, got to get back home, I guess. So, let's get into it then. So we got an alchemist, so we need that one to go down quickly, because those bastards hurt. Oh, they have a bard as well. So if we get our barbarian onto the alchemist, if we get everyone else onto that guy, and this one onto the bard. Now if we get our bards to inspire courage, and competence.
Be generous to them, for I am not. This strike, Dawnflower, grant me strength.
Do not falter. Won't kill me.
Everyone get the healer.
So it's come to this.
Advance.
Yes, unfortunately, we can't really go with the Geneva Convention. We must actually take out the medics in a combat situation. Alright.
What's that?
Ooh, a trap. Alright.
It's time to act.
Here we go, Aurora.
That was easy.
Why would they trap the fireplace? That's really weird. Alright. Ooh. Golden trinket, silver spoon, artificial flower. Alright. Yeah, just a lot of stuff that I cannot carry at this stage. Alright. Looks like we are done here. Time for us to travel home and try and avoid as many of the random encounters as we possibly can. Yeah. Alright. There's over 1,000 pounds of equipment we're leaving on the ground here. That's fine. Leave it all. So I'm guessing now, let's see where this path leads us. There we go. Torches can be used to deal AoE fire damage. I did not realize that. There you go. Octavia with a delighted smile. Octavia inhales the smell coming from Oleg's trading post. Fresh bread! I can't believe it. All this time that we sat in cages and crawled in the mud, There were places in this world where they were baking fresh bread. All told me certain cages. Oh yeah, okay, cool. And here we are. But they have clean sheets and maybe even have a bath. A girl can dream. Well, get some rest. You deserve it. You'll be sure of that. I've got years of rest to catch up on, and I'll be stuffing my face until I turn into a ball. You do so much for us. It is... Is it all because you're so kind, or maybe, the half-elf smiles flirtatiously, maybe it's because you've been charmed by my beauty. I take care of you because you're in my party now. We have to save each other in battle more than once. Oh, forget about fighting for the moment. We all need a break, especially you. All right, enough talk. Fresh bread and clean sheets await. That was the party member we rescued from the Technic League. Oh, a cutscene. Ah. Valerie catches up with you near the trading post and touches you on the shoulder. Aurora, can I talk to you? Now that the Stag Lord is defeated, you rightfully own the stolen land. Jamandi Aldori will endorse you and grant you the Baron's title. The girl looks at you with interest and a little apprehension. What will you do when you sit on the throne, Aurora? Please don't say you haven't thought about it. Well, there's enough work to do in the stolen lands, running off bandits, founding a state, and protecting the common people. To be honest, I didn't expect any other answer from you. You are a noble person, Aurora, and I'm glad I can serve the good of your state. Alright. I've got a lot of people to talking to me now. Hey, Oleg. Fine day, dear. What brings you here? Well, the Stag Lord's gone. We found his fortress and sent the villain to oblivion. Oleg looks at you with the respect and bordering on admiration. Good riddance. Maybe now we'll be able to actually live in the stolen land rather than just surviving. Without a doubt, more people will flock here now. Surely it'll boost trade, but all the noise I'll bring with them, well, that's none of your concern. I bet you can't wait to return to Restov and report your great victory. I still have some unfinished business here. Show me what you got. I got some shit to sell. Oh, alright, cool. Ooh. Nope, he has nothing new to say. Nothing more. Svetlana, what's she got to say? Nope, nothing else. Alright. Let us head upstairs. Take a... Ooh, hello. Ah, that's Octavia. Okay, hang on. And we got Regnor. What do you want? Have a little chat? Alright. It's not like I have anything better to do. What did you say when you were killing Kalena? What? Oh, that. Krystal's holy words. I stabbed thee with my heart. We say that when we get our vengeance. Those words make it so much sweeter. Ooh. Ooh. Well, I have to go. So long, if you know anything else. Know anything else, just ask. Don't be shy. Just don't go pale when I answer. Let's sleep. Okay. Let us head back. Now, can I actually, if I go to my inventory... Ah, here we go. Gotta level these guys up. So what is she? Oh, she's a wizard. Oh, okay. Well, let's continue to wizard her up. Alright, we have this gentleman. He is a magus. I don't even know what the hell that is. Eldritch Scion, Arcane Caster. Paladin Rages nowhere. The Magus might be there, might be the version of a, oh, geez, what are they called? Warlock. That's actually not on the list, so I'm guessing that's what that is. Next. Done. Alright. I will go and purchase him a better scimitar. Tongi, spear, sickle, shortbow, scimitar. I have no better scimitars. Might have masterwork scimitars. Masterwork scimitar, there we go. The fog seems to be thinning, but we should wait until it burns off completely. In the meantime, I'll gather some supplies for your journey to make... Okay, end dialogue. Oh, okay. So I can't just travel there. I've actually got to talk to Oleg to allow me to leave. Fine.
Good work. Nice to see I haven't lost my intuition for people. Not many would have managed to set out to the Stolen Lands and return with the Stag Lord's head. But I knew you could handle it. Congratulations are in order.
Of course they are.
You'll receive the title of Baron.
Damn right.
High Society of Rostov. And even Natala Sertova personally.
Ooh.
God's bless her. Tomorrow, you'll be able to return to the Stolen Lands if you wish. But this time, as a ruler.
Ha!
But matters of state can wait. For now, enjoy this feast in your honor. All the city leaders are here. It's a great opportunity to make some useful connections. Speaking of connections, let me introduce you to Kasil Eldori. He's my adopted son and apprentice. He's a trustworthy man. I'd like to send him with you as an envoy.
Sure. Kasil's a young half-orc with impeccable posture. He performs textbook perfect bow. So what kind of game are you playing? I think I have the right to know.
Yes, you certainly have that right. But tell me, how well do you know Brevoy's history or the current political atmosphere? It won't be an easy explanation.
So what do I need to know then?
What's now called Brevoy was originally two different countries, Rostland and Issia. 200 years ago, they were stuck in constant squabbles. Then, Coral the Conqueror showed up and united the two states into one. Such diplomatic tricks are easy to manage when you have dragons at your disposal.
They help.
The so-called noble houses of Brevoy, mainly Sertova, Orlovsky, and Lebeda, once ruled over Issia. We, the Eldori, ruled Rostland. The royal house Rogarvia, founded by Coral the Conqueror, forced us into obedience. But 200 years isn't long enough to make peace with such a troubled history. Even 2,000 years wouldn't be enough for us to accept Issian rule. Brevoy is a country held together by a thread, and that thread grows ever weaker.
And so what do I need to know about the current political atmosphere then?
We, the Eldori and the great noble houses, spent 200 years under the rule of invaders, the royal house Rogarvia. We plotted, we schemed, we stabbed each other in the back, but open confrontation was out of the question. But a few years ago, House Rogarvia disappeared. No one knows how or why, but one day, their manors were just empty, and the force that held Brevoy together, that kept us from a bloody feud, ceased to be.
I see.
Brevoy is currently ruled by the House Sertova, the former kings of Issia, but their power pales in comparison to that of House Rogarvia when they were here. So now Sertova and Eldori stand facing each other, staring each other in the eye, waiting for the other to draw their sword. It's an untenable situation. No one wants a civil war that would drown Brevoy in blood, but peace between us is also out of the question.
So what role do I play?
Rostland wants to regain its independence, and we will regain it. The power the Issians hold over us is humiliating and costly, and the Sertovas won't give us our freedom without a fight. That is, unless there is some external power that can force everyone to sit down and talk.
So I'm the neutral
Do you see
party.
where this is going?
Yep.
The Stolen Lands are disputed territory. Brevoy can't appropriate them without raising protests from each of the neighboring states. However, if some brave people were to found independent states on that land, it would be another matter entirely. My hope is that you and your future neighbors, Baron Hannes Drelev and Captain Mager Varn, will become our allies. But even your neutrality would introduce a powerful counterbalance to the aggression of the noble houses. Maybe, with your help, the inevitable division of Brevoy can occur without too much pain.
Okay. So don't the Sword Lords have any other foreign allies capable of playing this role?
We hope to get some help from the Maivani Aldori, the descendants of the Sword Lords who have fled from Coral's rage to build a new nation in the south. But the Isians know this well, and are doing everything they can to deny us this help.
Yeah.
I won't go into details, but if my intelligence is correct, if a civil war starts in Brevoy, Maivan will be too occupied with its own inner troubles to interfere.
So this is literally a Game of Thrones. So what part does Rostov play in this game?
Rostov is a free city, proud of its independence from everyone, including the Aldori Sword Lords. But when it comes to Rostland's liberation, our goals align. This whole plan is our joint creation with Lord Mayor Yosef Selimius.
Okay. If Natalia is already here, why did she let you grant me the title?
Actually, she could still intervene and disrupt the proceedings.
Oh.
But she's a Sertova. Their games are always complex and multi-layered. They're always looking for ways to turn defeat into victory. If she's decided to allow you to become a Baron, it means she already has some idea of how she can turn it to her benefit. Let's consider how she could do so. Maybe she understands that Rostland will inevitably separate and she doesn't want a war. In that case, new states in the Stolen Lands give the Isians a reason to sit down and talk without losing face. But that's an optimistic view, and truth be told, it doesn't quite match up with what we've come to expect from the Sertovas. The more likely scenario is that Natala wants to win you over to her side. If war breaks out and at least one of you stabs us in the back, Rostland will be surrounded by enemies. That might be enough to bring about our downfall. But you would fall first, and your newly formed states would be left in ruin. The Isians always like to have someone around to pull their chestnuts out of the fire for them. A piece of friendly advice? Don't do business with House Sertovas, no matter what promises they make you. Any deal with the noble houses is a deal with devils.
So what's next?
How should I know? We're in the middle of a big game.
Yes, Pathfinder Kingmaker.
You move from being merely a piece on the board to being one of the players.
Well, thanks for the explanation.
I hope you have a better understanding of what's at stake.
Do you already know about the encounter with Tartusio?
Of course. Keston gave me a full report. You dealt with the scoundrel perfectly. It would be naive to think that none of your neighbors will try to stick their hands in your affairs. Especially that sly fox Iravetti.
Well, thank you. I'm going to go speak with the guests.
Enjoy your evening. When you're ready for the official part, come to me.
All right. Okay, I'm going to check something here. Just going to see if the recording of this, if I'm talking too loud. Yeah, I'll start the recording again. Just going to do another test. But having a lot of difficulty with my microphone recently, so I'm not exactly sure. I just noticed that my levels were going, like they were spiking really high, and I'm not quite sure why. Yep, there we go. That sounds much better than what I was hearing before. Alright, back to the game. The guest, Varn, hello. This man is obviously more comfortable on the battlefield than in the company of nobles. He's well built, but the expensive waistcoat he's wearing doesn't quite fit properly, as though it was borrowed. Has a few pale scars across his face, and his dark hair is drawn into an unkempt ponytail, with a few streaks of grey running through it. He greets you with a broad smile and a firm handshake. Let me introduce myself. I'm Mega Var, the new ruler of Dunsward. Your neighbor to the east. Like you, I'm about to be a Baron. Great job with the Stag Lord, by the way. Not anyone could exterminate a whole gang of bandits with such a small team. Well, I had save states, so it helps. How do you feel about being a noble? Like a pheasant on a plate. I've killed all kinds of monsters, but this is the first time I've so strongly felt like turning away turning away could get me eaten. See that lad, Baron Drelieve? He's not like us. Who knows what generation of Baron he is? Didn't even shake my hand. You and me, we're like dirt beneath his boots. That's why those like us, the newly made nobility, need to stick together. Otherwise, he'd take my land and yours in the blink of an eye. Oh, nice to meet you. Farewell. Goodbye. Once you've settled in, come and pay me a visit. All right. Keston. Well, Tartuccio. Well, scum. No one. Yeah. Oh, who's this? Oh, a tiefling.
Will you drink with me?
Ah, it's her. You see Kasai approach you, the tiefling you met during the battle with Jamundi in the mansion. She draws near. She places one of the cups of wine she's holding in your hand. Will you drink with me? Of course, to beauty.
To beauty. It sweetens our happy days and brings solace to our dark and sorrowful ones. But jokes aside, I came to apologize. I know the words I said in our conversation with Lady Aldery might have offended you, but this was not my intention. The lessons life has dealt me were not easy. I've learned to be wary of new acquaintances, which is why I've refused to join your party. I hope you will forgive me for this weakness and for my harsh words. And I hope you will hear me out, for I have something to tell you.
Well, no need to apologize. I don't expect everyone I meet to immediately fall under my charms and entrust me with all of their secrets.
How amusing. Usually those who don't seek affection are the very ones who receive it. Anyway, enough sweet talk. There is something important I wanted to tell you.
Tell me away.
As it happens, I came across some very valuable information. What brave conqueror of these wild lands wouldn't be intrigued by news of an ancient shrine, possibly full of great treasures? A place such as this was discovered by my old friends from Kadira, and it just so happens to be located in the lands that today become rightfully yours. My friends lack the courage to enter the shrine and seek the treasure, but what will stop us? We who know the taste of battle and have been singed by the same fire.
This is interesting. I didn't realize this. If you actually put your cursor over the green stuff, it tells you what these items are. So I had no idea what Kadira was, but it says it's the westmost satrapy of Pardish Empire. Okay. Well, what could be better than a treasure hunt? I am most certainly ready for it.
I'm sure you'd like to finally gain your official title and celebrate your victory.
Well.
And I don't like noisy parties and ceremonies. Find me when you return to your dominion. I'll rent a house in your capital. We can discuss the details of our expedition there.
Sounds good to me.
So long, friend. I'll call you so today because soon enough, all you'll be hearing is, Your Grace, Your Grace, Your Grace.
Well, it's not all bad. Alright. Oh, who is this person? Oh, no, you didn't want to talk to me, that's right. Yeah, not talking to me. House Satova. Currently... we're not looking for those people, okay. You're not only tough, but quick. Well, congratulations on your victory. Enjoy it while you can. So, what do you think awaits me, then? Nothing good, I fear. Doriado's friends didn't deem it necessary to inform you of their plans, I assume. You see, they're preparing to separate from Bravoy. It will not be a peaceful process. They lack the strength currently, hence using legal loopholes to create some independent allies. Once the civil war breaks out, your lands will be the first to endure the strike from Brevoy's forces. Perhaps they'll erect memorial stones at independent Brevoy to Rostov to honor you. Well, I wouldn't count on it. Well, it's a pleasure meeting you. Before you leave, allow me to introduce someone to you. I believe Jumandi has already attempted to impose a guard on you as an emissary. I am guessing her low-born stepson, the green-skinned boy. Casil, it's up to you, of course. No, Casil, it's up to you, of course. But I would recommend a different envoy. Perhaps meet Shadra Marevi, an experienced diplomat who is more familiar with Brevoy's politics than any brawler could be. The old woman standing next to her gives you... I'd be happy to help establish diplomatic relations with Brevoy. So what would you propose then? In your situation, the most reasonable course of action would be to align yourself with the lawful rulers of Brevoy, the noble houses, the Aldori. Don't deal with rebels. The Aldori won't dare to rebel, knowing they'll immediately become trapped. You could always help Brevoy avoid civil war while simultaneously enjoying some well-deserved peace in your lands. I'll consider it. Think on it and don't make any hasty decisions. Ooh, she's a nasty piece of work. I'll use her now. A handsome man with a weather-beaten face grasped your hand tightly. His rough, calloused palms, unlike the rest of the guests in their festive clothes. He wears a simple robe, but the only luxury you see on him is a holy symbol of Estil, Old Deadeye, and the Stag God. Oh, okay, right. Yes. Congratulations on your victory. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Istevani Krieg, High Priest of Estil in Rostov. Bringing law to the Stolen Lands is a difficult endeavor. I'd be grateful for any help you could spare. Success. Well, it's a truly noble undertaking, and I believe our community will be able to provide you with reasonable assistance. We'll help you construct a shrine in your capital, free of charge. Oh, thank you. Honored to meet you. Goodbye. Yes, I shall keep you. It's a guard. I think these are our... Yeah, Octavia. Guest. This man, in gorgeous clothes, hides rippling muscles beneath them. He looks past your ear, obviously bored. Baron Hannes Drivel. Yes, definitely talking drivel. You must be the Stag Lord Butcher. I'm sorry, I quite forgot your name. But you look, But you took out the Stag Lord and his gang, and so Sword Lord Jumandi is granting you permission to take his place, right? Well, congratulations. My lands lie west of yours. I suppose we're neighbors now. Yes, well, I defeated the Stag Lord. Pray tell, what did you do to deserve your new dominion? I didn't deserve... I don't need to deserve or prove anything. Countless generations of my glorious ancestors have done so for me. If I had a slightly bigger army, Sword Lord Jumandi would simply given all of the stolen lands to me. Alas, I don't have any soldiers at my disposal, so she had to urgently make barons. And of the likes of you and Van, well... So you have no army and no special merits, so you're just given the land for being pretty? Under other circumstances, I'd have you whipped for such words, but let's not ruin Lady Aldori's celebration, If you want so badly to measure merits, we can do so another time. Oh, yes, let's whip out our merits and see what they're like. Goodbye. He doesn't even deign to reply. Oh, there's Harem. Landa, Emil, Tristian, Valerie. Alright. There's Lindsay and Nathal. Alright. I think we're done here. Let's go talk to the people up here. It's a sort day of Rostov. Maybe old Brevoy. An older man with full sideburns looks at you with interest through golden eyeglasses. Well now, this isn't the hero of the festivities. And protege to our dear Jamandi. You pulled this off quite cleverly. I confess I was convinced your enterprise would not succeed. I even bet a bottle of my best Pixian wine against you, but I'm happy to admit I was wrong. The Aldori have always been adept at finding new talent. I don't believe we've been introduced. So it would seem. I'm Joseph Silimus, the mayor of Restov. I rule this town and the adjacent lands. As your northern neighbor, I hope we can look forward to a long, fruitful friendship. All right. Well, nice meeting you. Goodbye. Please wait a moment. Your young barony will need resources to establish itself, and from what I've been told, you're somewhat in need of financial assistance. I could organize and supply everything you need for the construction and spread out the costs on extremely favorable terms. I could immediately procure, let's say, 500 cartloads of building supplies. I'm sure that would give you a good start. In exchange, I would ask a small favor until you repay the debt in full. You simply assume the obligation of contracting building services through Restov's Builders Guild. Do we have a deal? I thank you for the offer, but I can't accept. Well, it's your choice, of course. I figured I'd mention it. Well, nice meeting you. Goodbye. Feeling mutual, I assure you. I look forward to hearing more about your dazzling success.
So, how do you like our little gathering? I hope you've made some useful connections. Shall we move on to the official proceedings?
Well, before we begin, I'd like to talk about the envoy I'll be taking with me.
My apprentice, Casil Aldori, will go with you. Won't he?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Whatever you choose, I won't argue. But you must choose your inner circle with the utmost care.
I'd like to feature some guests, then.
Of course.
Oh, it doesn't look like there's any way to choose another envoy, though. Choose this random dude. You're my envoy now. So we had a guess, you had a guess. That's Tristian, guess, Amiri. Lander. Handsome, well-dressed young man, about 17 years old, looks with a polite smile. So you're the famous slayer of the Stag Lord's gang, soon to be a Baron. Please make your acquaintance. My name is Lander. Just Lander? No last name or title? Let's just say I'm here incognito. Under my circumstances, it's wise to keep one lineage to oneself. Truth be told, that's precisely what I wanted to speak to you about. You see, I'm the heir to one of Brevoy's noble houses. I won't say which, but believe me, newly appointed Baron with no connections would do well to have a friend like me. I travel the country in secret without servants, so I can see it for myself. Not from a carriage window, but face to face with the people. My family would never approve, of course, but then I never asked. I need to know Brevoy if I'm going to rule part of it someday. I know Jamandi wants to impose her stepson on you as emissary of Brevoy. Refuse. Take me instead. I don't look at my age. While they may have trained this half-orc to swing a sword, I've been training to rule since I was a child, and I'll be far greater use to you, both now and in the future, after I have a firm position in my family. I'll consider your proposal. Yes, do so carefully. Alright. You know, I kind of like him better. He's probably going to stab me in the back, but, you know.
So, how do you like our little gathering? I hope my apprentice, Casil Aldori, will go with you. Won't he?
No, young Lander will come with me.
Oh, the heir of House Lebeda. Naive enough to think no one would recognize him here. I wouldn't trust him. Who knows what he has in mind?
Well, I'm ready for the ceremony, though. So what's Lebeda? Controlling the plans, certificate portions like shipping to be Beverick noble family epitomizes Rosslyn having certificate. Tells a burden flame autos success through grace. I don't know which one to pick. Ah, fuck it. I'm ready for the ceremony.
Excellent. Stand here.
Done.
Lords and ladies,
Today, we are here to honor 3 brave people who have done the impossible. They've tamed the stolen lands.
Whoop, whoop.
Baron Hannes Drelev, the new master of Glenabon. Captain Maegor Varn, the conqueror of Dunsword. And finally, the tamer of the Shrike Hills, who put an end to the atrocities of the Stag Lord's bandits. Step forward. On behalf of the people of the free city of Restov, I confer upon you this noble title.
Yeah.
Rise, Your Grace.
Woo, yeah! Foundation. Alright, time not as a simple adventurer, but these lands are going to do more stuff. Alright.
Victory. The Stag Lord's dead, and the capital of the new barony has been built in place of his fort.
Ah.
That was how the long and challenging taming of the stolen lands began.
Make way, make way. Welcome, Your Grace. Let me once again congratulate you on your victory and your new title. Lady Jumandy transferred me here. I'm at your disposal. I'm not one to bestow honors, but I want you to know I'm glad to serve you. I'm here to welcome you on behalf of the new capital citizens. The Stag Lord's former stronghold will soon be a thriving city. World travels fast, and the first settlers have already arrived, with new ones approaching as we speak. While we're visiting Restov, much has been done here. Your benefactors, the Aldori, invested a great deal of resources to rebuild the city. I stand ready to answer your questions and show you around the important sites. So where are my companions at? Oh, they're all somewhere around here. I've never kept an eye on who went where exactly. Well, assume Tristan is with Jihad. You can always find Lindsay. Just follow the noise of the turmoil. Any other citizens that I need to know about? Our old acquaintance, Jihad, is right here. Estelle's clerics normally don't like cities much, but he's eager to serve you. Also, the emissary from Bravoy is here, waiting for you in the throne room. There's also the curious matter of the elf, as paid us a visit, a blind elf, Desta. Only knows how he managed to get here. He seems peaceful and a pleasant fellow, although naturally kind of odd. So I'll let him stay a while. It's up to you to decide what to do with him. That's it, I guess. Alright. Well, what's the mood like? I must admit, I've never seen anything like it my whole life. A city, a whole barony born right in front of my eyes. These people sensed the moment, and today they're feeling proud. As a rule, I am not too cheerful or chatty. I normally feel out of place among all the rejoicing, but today is just one of those days. Alright then, let's look around the city. Lead the way. Follow me, Your Grace. Alright, what do we have? Greetings, Your Grace. We, new subjects, are selecting a site to build our houses. Yeah, it's wet near the lake and windy up on the hill. Fine place to throw garbage at your neighbours' heads, though. Ow! Good thing you got rid of those monsters bandits, Your Grace. I know it was. It's that good. Recognize this place, Your Grace? This is the Stag Lord's fortress. That's where the wall used to be. Alright. Okay. I could have saved him in the end. Let's have a shop here. Well, did a fine job turning the bandits' den into the heart of the town. So I get to live in the Stag Lord's house. Out of every town, its main square, we plan to hold street festivity fairs here. And look, we already have our first vendor. Hello, vendor. Greetings, Your Grace. If you turn right from the square, you'll end up straight in our tavern. Yes! Let's go drink. Tavern's ale is blessed by Caden Killen himself. I swear, that lady the lady who owns it is a gem. Oh, that Baron is tall as a troll and hair as pure as gold and can breathe fire. Oh, that's nonsense. Well, except for the part about breathing fire. All Barons can breathe fire, trust me. That's dragons, you fool, not Barons. Oh, well, welcome, Your Grace. Glad to serve you. Better not mess around or I'll breathe fire on you. Yeah, Ghost, those are our guards. They keep the city in order. Or keep their mouths busy with other stuff. Ooh. A cliff. Here's observation platform. I hope one day your capital will grow large enough that we won't be able to see the full extent from this perch. That's cool. So I wonder if that bit of artwork will actually change as the game continues on. But in front of us is your residence, and that's where we'll head now. Excellent. By the way, did you find an owlbear? It was kind of friendly, so I hope you guys didn't hurt it. Welcome to your barony. You're about to make an unyielding, stone-land, prosperous kingdom. There's a long and arduous road ahead of you, and your advisors are going to deal with matters of national importance, found and build up settlement size and develop new regions. Take advantage of goods opportunities. As prosperous governor, you will have something rewarded. Your subjects, donation. Alright, cool. Done. So we've reached the main chambers. This is your throne room, where you hold court and receive visitors. Let me draw your attention to this large map depicting your barony and its surroundings. We'll mark all the important scout reports and other news worthy of your grace's attention. Hello, dear friends. I'm glad to see you're in good health. I don't see how you remain so steady in these circumstances. He makes a wild gesture with his hand, obviously meaning something larger than your throne room. But in truth, I shouldn't worry. Okay, cool. We got all this stuff here. I wouldn't worry. A little effort, and this barony will become rich and prosperous. Since ruling seems to be a new thing to you, I'll put the matter simply. There are two kinds of issues that the Baron must address, boring ones and amusing ones. You have servants and advisors to handle the boring problems, and you can give them orders from wherever you please. But sometimes an urgent matter will arise, dragon attack, or visit from a noble dignitary like myself. Events like these demand the Baron's personal presence in the capital. We'll mark these events on your map as well. Your advanced trade agreement. Okay. Difficulty level of a barony. You may change the difficulty level of your barony at any time to set to automatic. If you set automatic, you won't have to deal with most government decisions. They'll be taken care of automatically, and your barony will never fail. Oh, that's useful. You can just turn the game to always say, whatever. However, this will also prevent you from unlocking any governance-related achievements. Alright, cool. According to an ancient tradition of Bravoy, and most river kingdoms, rulers in these parts find it convenient to receive visitors and shop itself at the beginning of each month. I know well that traditions can be tedious, but nevertheless, I advise you to visit the capital on important days. But here's the main thing. You should start choosing people to fill key positions right away. Alright? Your clerics, Judoon and Tristian, were the first to beg for an audience. I'll leave you to your thoughts for now. I'm sure you'll make a wise decision. Of that I have no doubt. Oh, Your Grace, allow me to congratulate you on receiving the title of Baron. I am confident that you'll be able to bring order to these troubled lands. Though, to be honest, it isn't exactly what I want to speak to you about. Tristian and I have been talking a great deal about what happened in the Temple of the Elk. It doesn't make any sense to us yet, but one thing is clear. There's a powerful curse at work. It corrupted the very essence of this sacred place, steeping it in putrescence. Ugh, I'm disgusted with whoever could do this. And now there's a new woe. Tristian and I believe... I've changed his voice. Tristian and I believe it didn't simply disperse on its own accord. This place is near a capital rumoured by the locals to be cursed. Tristian and I visited the dreadful place, and we felt the putrescence as the Temple of the Elk. Alright. What is this place, and where is it? There's a bold hilltop not far from here to the north of the capital. Its crown is entirely barren of life. Locals believe that the rituals glorify the dark gods were held here back in ancient times. There is no longer any trace of such rituals, but the air around the hilltop is heavy with potent stifling. This place is like a rotting wound, closed but not healed. And this would undoubtedly open again. Tristian and I felt something approaching, something ominous. The curse will soon open, a plague more, and I swear. Alright, I will go there as soon as I am able. I'll be happy to accompany you, but I would not expect to see anything new there at present. I agree with Tristian. We've been to the hilltop. It's barren, but filled with dense atmosphere of unease. So what do you suggest? The curse will grow in strength, and we predict it will reach a peak and its strength in about 1 month. Alright, so we're going to go there in a month. For now, we can only wait and prepare. I beg your pardon, your grace, for intervening with getting the grasp of your barony, but I'm sure you have even more pressing matters at hand right now. So next day. Jeez, okay. How's the adventure going? Let us know.
Adventures can wait.
Barony is 10 basic stats, each supervised by an advisor. Population, loyalty, military, economy, divine. Alright, espionage, right. Stats increase if your governance is successful and decrease if events don't go your way. Each stat milestone ranks every 20. Right. Given your barony will require one advisor for each stat, you may appoint your companions as well as some of the Solemn Land citizens in the advisor positions. Each of the 10 positions is at least 3 characteristics to hold it, and act in their own ideology, and their own open and advisor tab, right. Every barony stat begins a bonus from a specific ability of the appointed advisor. The exact size of the bonus is indicated in the upper right corner of the advisor's card. Only advisors may address the problems, opportunities, and sudden events that occur in your domain and require immediate attention. Don't leave these positions vacant. Alright. I think for now, this is going to be a little bit complicated to get a hold of. So what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to leave it here. I'll run through the basic tutorial so I know what I'm doing, and then we'll come back next time and I'll explain how this all works. So, yeah. I think I kind of made a mistake by rushing off. I probably should have just gone through and kept exploring the lands a bit more and got a bit more XP, but too late for that now, I suppose. Although I do have the save file. I might be able to go back and do that later on, but anyway, this is pretty cool. Not really sure what I should call my barony. Just calling it Aurora Land would be a bit... Actually, I have an idea. Let's call it the Barrier Peaks. Alright. Okay, so that's where we're going to leave it. So be sure to come back for the next session. So thank you all very much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. I have been your humble bard, Tim, and be sure to come back for the next session of Aurora Plays Pathfinder Kingmaker. Bye!